Coming together in love, we rise. Clap, clap. Building community online. Clap, clap. Sharing our hearts feels mighty fine. Making each day better, one song at a time. Come on, y'all. Coming together in love, we rise. Building community online. Sharing our hearts feels mighty fine. Making each day better, each day better, each day better, one song at a time. I think I'm going to have to record that one of these days. Oh, great day to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the galaxy. Happy journey to us all. I'm so happy to see folks. We got people in the room, I'm Arnae. I'm your host for this Thursday edition of Daily Antidote of Song. I missed y'all, but I heard y'all had gelato, so it was worth it all. Daily Antidote of Song is lovingly and consistently brought to you every single day by them really good-looking people who dress really well and they smell good too, at Carpe Diem Arts. Give them a hand just for the smell good. You got it. So today is, June 30th? Woo! June is busting out. We busting out of the merry month of June right now with messages of peace, social justice, building community. I think it's day 815. Oh, Carolyn tells me. Just find Carolyn. They're 816, everybody. 816. That's pretty incredible. All right, let's get this party started by saying greetings to our Facebook Live family. Y'all know the drill. To the left, up top, to the right, on the bottom. Do it again. Left, up top, to the right, on the bottom. Nicely done. And just go ahead and wave to each other. Just go ahead. Everybody in the room. Hi, y'all. Good to see you. Hello. All right. And I always love to start hellos to the wonderful Jojo Rossi, the creator of this incredible series, who happens to be here today. There's Busy Graham, Diane, Aaron, Anna, Jaden, Katie, and our magically delicious Zoom guru for the day is the one and only Jojo Rossi. Give her a hand. Give her a hand, people. All right, let's get started with the crewmers in the shroom in the Zoom room. Whoa, all right. So glad to see Jojo Rossi. So glad to see Evie Ladin. So glad to see Hoda in BC and Deborah in Kentucky. Hey there. My girl Susan G. Hello. And Annette in California. Hi. Jenny in Suffolk, UK. And Deli somewhere out in the world. There's Sherry in New Hampshire. And Carolyn, I see you there, and Kate in Charlottesville, and Storm in the Zoomiverse, I love it, and Dan in Vienna, Kathleen in Albuquerque, and Christiana in Berlin, really? Amanda in Miles, there they are, I see you, and one curly top, two curly tops, are there three curly tops? Shake it. Right. And Luda with the love in Victoria, BC. Thank you, Luda. Susan in Seattle. Jim in New York City. And Nancy with the moo cow. And Sheila in Florida. Kathy in Virginia. Hello. Cricket is somewhere in the world. I see Ralph in Victoria. And Gary with all the solutions. And there's Tim in Philadelphia. Good morning to you, my friend. And then stop moving. Kevin in Vermont. Hello. Bob Walker. Good to see you. Aloysius somewhere in the world. And there's Kate that's wandering. Arlene Baxter. Lorianne and friends. Harriet Dart and company. And whoever else is here. Y'all are moving too fast. So glad to see everybody. Good morning, good day, happy journey. All right. Day 816. Everybody give yourselves a huge hand. We're making it happen one day at a time. All right, let's get to today's guest, who by her own admission is always surrounded by music. She is a banjo player, a singer, a songwriter, a percussive dancer, and a choreographer. She's a prolific creator and gracious facilitator who delights her audiences everywhere except for Florida, With her love of Appalachian folk music and dance, she brings a syncretic vision to new work while holding fast to the roots. She's a rowdy square dance caller. We're going to get into that today. And she's known for making incredible musical memories in many people's living rooms. Coming to us today from the bright side of the bay, aka Bump City, that's up in California. Put your hands up and together for Evie Ladin.
Hi, everybody.
Good day to you, Evie. Welcome back. I know you've been
Thank
in the
you.
room many, many times. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. It's early in the morning for me anyway, in California.
Oh, you one of those late getter uppers.
Yeah, well, when your high point of the night has to be 9 o'clock at night at a concert time, you start to adjust.
I get it. I get it. Okay, so let's talk about the song you've chosen to share today.
Well, in the spirit of this ongoing moment that never ends, seems like there's a song called "That You Can't Do Wrong and Get By."
I love it.
And this is a an old gospel song in both black and white traditions. And it's meant to be, deep in the Christian tradition, but I don't know, about a year or two ago, I rewrote the lyrics in the folk tradition to have it apply more generally to the things that worry us. And it's a pretty short song. We could sing it through twice, probably.
All right, so what's our part?
There's a melody that just goes, "Oh, you can't do wrong and get by. No matter how hard you may try. You do what you please and walk around with ease. No, you can't do wrong and get by." And
Okay.
that is the melody of the song, and it just repeats again and again. You can't do wrong and get by.
All right, let's go for it.
So feel free to harmonize however you will. I got all these strings on the banjo that will give you the other notes if you want to hear them there, or have at it. You're on mute, so it's just people in your world who are going to hear you singing at the top of your lungs, and hopefully not waking anybody up in my household here. Oh, you can't do wrong and get by. No matter how hard you may try. You do what you please and walk around with ease. No, you can't do wrong and get by. Dedicate this to all the hearings going on in Washington right now. No hypocrite can do wrong and get by. No matter how hard you may try, you got confusion in your home, won't leave other folks alone. You can't do wrong and get by. No liar can do wrong and get by. Take him to jail, no matter how hard you may try. One day you too will die, and that ain't no lie. Oh, you can't do wrong and get by. Leave everybody alone. And no boss man can do wrong and get by. No matter how hard you may try. When he takes all that we save, he's gonna have to pay. No, you can't do wrong and get by. Play it, clap it. From the top. Well, you can't do wrong and get by. No matter how hard you may try. You just do what you please and walk around with ease. No, you can't do wrong and get by. And no hypocrite can do wrong and get by. No matter how hard you may try. Got confusion in your home, won't leave other folks alone. You can't do wrong and get by. No liar can do wrong and get by. No matter how hard you may try. One day you two will die, and that ain't no lie. Oh, you can't do wrong and get by. And no boss man can do wrong and get by. No matter how hard he may try, when they take all that you say, he's gonna have to pay. Oh, you can't do wrong and get by. First verse one more time. You can't do wrong and get by. No matter how hard you may try, you just do what you please and walk around with ease. No, you can't do wrong and get by. No, you can't do wrong and get by. Well, you can't do wrong and get by. We're gonna vote, people. You can't do wrong and get by. We're gonna take to the streets, right? You can't do wrong and get by. We're gonna shout it loud. No, you can't do wrong and get by.
Wow.
I can sing that song all day long these days.
Ooh, I wonder why. I
Mhm.
wonder why. Is there anything perhaps that's going on
There's everything
that
going
is
on.
that's informing your activism and your desire to put these songs forward? How are you feeling? Are you sleeping good these days? How you feel?
Oh, I'm not. I'm having bad dreams. I'm worried. There's fires going on in our area, and like literal fires and metaphorical fires going on. And waking up to the news that the Supreme Court is holding back the EPA from climate change stuff while the people are evacuating their homes here. It's like every day there's something very intense going on, and I have a teenager in my house, and I'm trying to keep the wheels rolling, keep some hope going. And
So how do you explain this to a teen so that they understand what's going on and your response to it?
ooh, I mean, I feel like they understand it almost more than anybody, but the techniques you have to use to get by. I mean, one of the things we do is we focus on music, and we focus on making music as much as possible with other people because that is real, it's tangible, it's something that gets your brain moving in different ways, and that's the best thing I know how to do is to keep engaging people in music and dance and being together because in our western culture we're the only people that feel this kind of loneliness of separation of not coming together regularly with music and dance traditions. So thank goodness for Carpe Diem and all the people like yourselves that are just showing up and knowing that music is the thing that like gives you heart, lets you keep doing the good work.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is something that is really deep in your roots, your family. You had this in your household when you were coming up. Who are some of the people that were coming through your home and influencing your passion to create and sing inside of a home environment?
Wow. Boy, during that first folk revival when I was living in New Jersey and then in Baltimore City, my dad just opened up the house to all the musicians and dancers traveling through who needed a place to stay, from cloggers to fiddlers to guitar players to just all kinds of people. But I was living in a mostly African American city, and very early on, really understood the African roots of Appalachian music that I was around so much, and how much that story has been silenced and rewritten. And
Absolutely.
I'm heartened to see it coming back, as much as slowly but surely, but with representation in the Afro-Appalachian community, that it is very much a part of the roots of American music. As
And the roots of American unions also.
absolutely,
Like,
yeah.
so
So
you had people coming in your house. Did you have to share your bedroom? Were you okay with that? You know?
to be true, when I was a teenager, we had people living in our basement on and off, and I was not that fond of it, but grateful for it later on because they are part of our family. And as I know now, like our home is also open to, itinerant musicians and people traveling through because we know we're taken in wherever we go. And I tell you, like, as much as the news is bad, people are good everywhere you go. And I love to travel and just find like real people who are happy to take you in, happy to support music and dance and participate mostly in the things that make us feel good and give us the strength to carry on.
I love it. I love it. Okay, that claw hammer banjo. Does it have a name?
Oh my goodness, no, I've never named my instrument.
What? What?
I don't know, I don't have pets.
Okay. All right. So, what got you interested in that particular instrument?
Oh, this particular instrument is actually a pandemic purchase because throughout my entire career I've played one mutt banjo that had no name and I got from my brother-in-law for 150 bucks when I was in my 20s, and it just sounded so good and kept sounding good the better I got.
Okay.
But I wanted one that was just slightly different setup and a different sound, and so this one comes from Will Cedars in Vermont, and he
Can we
uh,
see it? Lift it up. Can we see it?
oh yeah, it's a beautiful instrument. It's got a Dobson tone ring. It's very sexy craftsmanship. It just feels really good. But it just had some elements that my main banjo did not. And boy, in diving deep into finding a new banjo, you really find out how many moving parts there are in banjos that make them sound so different. But it's also just a machine. You can make it out of a cigar box and it'll sound good.
Now, I'm curious. I know you're involved in dance. Do you dance while you're playing the banjo?
I can. I think of it as a party trick, but have learned over my career that party tricks are sometimes the best tricks.
All right, let's talk about your dance company, Motor Dance. What is the motor method?
Oh, so this arose out of the international body music community that I created with my partner Keith Terry. He's most known for doing body music and through the jazz and world music communities. And I say he works with me in the highly lucrative folk world, and I work with him in the equally lucrative international body music scene. But in that scene, there were a lot of musicians putting the music on their bodies, and I wanted to see more movement and have the not only the sound but the choreography because I kind of started off my career as a dancer and choreographer. And so it's a group of women, and one of our missions is sort of overtly playing on our bodies African diaspora rhythmic systems overlaid with Appalachian song. And we're actually revamping, working on a project that got shut down by 2020. Um, and it's kind of the most thematically driven piece I've ever done because I come from a more traditional approach where you just present the music and dance and people feel what they feel and it's about the experience of doing it. But in the contemporary arts world, you have to have a meaning to it. You got to explain what it's all about, which is complicated for me. But this is kind of about the breach of promise in this country, the promise of equality and freedom. And a big part of it is what you gonna do with the baby-o? This old song, what you gonna do with the baby-o? And literally for women, yes, we're promised equality, but who's gonna watch the baby? What you gonna do with the baby? And then also about this connection of white, black, and brown that created the American sound, feel, culture. And America, this is what America's all about, this promise of freedom and equality. But what you gonna do with this baby? Because it is on fire. It is in turmoil. So that's it, kind of in a nutshell, something I'm working on big time and hoping to debut next year sometime. But we're working every week, putting these rhythms on our bodies, singing the
Wow.
song, trying to move it around. It's a multitasking fiasco that gets everybody's brains just like super
I
turned
love
on.
it. So you call it a moving choir. Is
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we can't wait. Um, Evie, I gotta hear some square dance calling. I gotta hear. Give us a sample. Come on.
Alabama left with your left hand back to your partner, right and left grand, hand over hand. Dance that Georgia orangutan. Now everybody go forward and back. There you go. I just started calling some dances again for the first time in 3 years in these little camp bubbles that people have created this summer with COVID testing and
Mhm.
having a successful little, bunch of 200 people in the woods somewhere dancing together. It is a joy to bring it back.
Wow. Incredible. All right, Evie, I gotta ask you. You performed sold out concert halls, dance festivals. movies, living rooms across the globe in every U.S. state except Florida. What's going on with you and the Sunshine State? Does it have anything to do with Anita Bryant, perhaps? Or some hanging chads? Did the plane hover over and just refuse to land? What is the story, Evie?
All I gotta say is I've never had a gig in Florida, and I just every time I say I've never been to Florida, I'm never going. A lot of people say good choice. Even people from Florida are like, "Yeah, no, you can skip this one." So I don't know what it is about Florida, but I just thought it off the bucket list, I guess. Although one of my favorite, most influential teachers in high school in Baltimore lives in Florida, so maybe I'll have to visit him one day.
Okay,
All right,
okay,
we got some Floridians in the house here. They're saying, "Well, you got to come down, show us." I know I said there are good people everywhere, so
of
I'm
course.
sure there are good people in Florida too.
Or that could just be your story. You stick into it, throughout your life. That'll be on your epitaph. Never went to Florida.
Exactly.
All right. Any upcoming events that is going on that we can support you with?
Let's see. I've had a really nice run on the East Coast, which I've missed for, these last few years. And I have a bunch of things, mostly on the West Coast. Some concerts, some camps. I'll be doing some touring in the Midwest, Michigan and Indiana in the fall, and heading out to the Southeast and to Colorado, and just hoping that it's all right to get back out there and see the people and see the country, because as messed up as our politics can be, it is a beautiful, beautiful country with so many amazing people, and I need to both be reminded and to remind people that there are good people everywhere.
Fantastic. And will that be your traveling companion, the banjo you have right now?
Well, I don't know. I've been bringing my mutt along with me lately, mostly because it's less valuable, even though it's valuable to me. So far, this has been my home banjo, and
Okay.
I'm getting to know it better and better.
Okay, so you got Mutt, so that's got to be Jeff then. You got to name that one Jeff. All right,
All
it's
right, we'll
it's
see.
it's been decided. Evie, where can we find your music?
Oh, I'm on all the streaming platforms that earn artists not a penny or maybe a penny. And so I don't worry too much about my algorithms on there, but they're terrible. So I will just put out there that on YouTube, on the streaming platforms, on all the socials, any artist that you like, as long as you click you have to engage. You click the buttons, you download, share, like, and it bumps up our algorithm. I've been saying in my concerts that when I was a little girl, I said to my mom, "Mama, one day I hope I have a really strong algorithm." That was not my goal as an artist. So I do what I can. I love the folk music community because we all support one another so much all over the place. And people are real and happy to show up for you. So I hope that's really the case. But yeah, I'm all over the place. I'm the only Evie Ladin on the internet. So
Okay, we will find you. And Evie, there's some 10-year-old that is saying that right now. I need algorithms, mommy. I need my algorithms.
one day
Oh,
the power's gonna go out and I will still be playing the banjo and singing and dancing with the people.
I love it. I love it. Let's get back into that singing, can we? Can we reprise that song? Because I really
Oh
love it.
yeah. There we go. Hey, 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 just bringing up the lyrics so I can see them too. True to a banjo. Just by sitting here, it went out of tune. Oh, you can't do wrong and get by. No matter how hard you may try. You do what you please, you walk around with ease, and you can't do wrong and get by. No hypocrite can do wrong and get by. No matter how hard they may try. You got confusion in your home, won't leave other folks alone. You can't do wrong and get by. Liar, no liar can do wrong and get by. No matter how hard you may try, one day you too will die, and that ain't no lie. Oh, you can't do wrong and get by, and no boss man can do wrong and get by. No matter how hard they may try, when they take all that you say, they're gonna have to pay. Oh, you can't do wrong and get by. Do that first verse. You can't do wrong and get by. No matter how hard you may try, you just do what you please and walk around with ease. No, you can't do wrong and get by. You can't do wrong and get by. To the big T now. You can't do wrong and get by. Well, you can't do wrong and get by.
It's gonna catch ya. It's
Catch
gonna
up with you.
it's gonna catch ya. Woo! We love that message, Evie. You brought a whole vibe today. We thank you. We thank you so much for sharing your time, your incredible talents.
Oh, thank you for all of these days of singing.
Absolutely, everybody, put them up. Evie Ladin. Evie Ladin, folks. You can't do wrong and goodbye. You can't.
Mm-mm.
It's gonna get you. It's gonna get you. All right, let's take a breath on that. That makes me feel better. All right. I don't think there are any announcements today. So before we say our final goodbyes, again, want to extend an invitation to any new people in the room. If you're here for the first time today, please feel free to introduce yourself. Tell us where you're tuning in from, the city and the country, and how you found Daily Antidote of Song. And one of these days, the creator, Jojo Rossi, will give you a special, extra special welcome. And we just hope you just keep coming back. Okay, I think it's time to say goodbye to the Facebook Live family. Say bye. See y'all next time. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. We'll see ya tomorrow.